What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Superpower Review, the show that brings you news and reviews on nerdy things. I'm your host, Kevin The Canadian, and today we are going to be talking about all the crazy and exciting things that happened over at San Diego Comic-Con. But first, I would like to introduce my guest, Chad Pilon, all the way from Canada. Chad, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Kevin?
So, Chad, I want to thank you for contacting me over the weekend to coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Canadian comic book fan, husband, father of two, just kind of a regular, blue-collar worker. Enjoy movies, comics, sports. So just, kind of a regular person, nothing too crazy, nothing too special.
We are going to nerd out today. As we all know, San Diego pretty much broke the internet this weekend with movie news, a bunch of trailers. It got hectic. Okay, the nerding out was real this weekend. So I did a little bit of research. And, some examples that happened this weekend. We got a new Justice League trailer. We got a new Thor Ragnarok trailer. A new Defenders trailer. A new Walking Dead trailer. Stranger Things. And we also got a Spawn movie announcement from Todd McFarlane. But the most craziest one was that leaked Avengers Infinity War trailer that everybody's trying to find. What was one of your favorite things that got released during San Diego Comic-Con this weekend?
My favorite, I was looking forward to the Justice League trailer reveal. But then when it happened, it's almost like they tried to correct what they did with the BVS, is they did the same thing as they showed too much, but it felt like, well, we're going to show you more so you want to see it more. But it kind of ruined it, because it's like any person who's been either reading the comics or who has watched a lot of movies, me or you could probably piece together, start to end, what's going to happen in that movie, because they showed 4.5 minutes of footage.
Right. Yeah, that was a long trailer.
It was, and I was really excited to see it, but it left nothing to kind of like either comic book fans or movie fans of what's going to happen. Steppenwolf's going to show up, beat up a bunch of people. Superman's going to come back, talk to Alfred, show up, they're going to win, and either the Green Lantern's going to show up or he isn't. And that's exactly what they did part for part of the whole trailer with the movie front to back. And it just kind of, I feel they did it like they did it to say, hey guys, look how much good we've done, look how hard we've worked on it. But it's kind of working, backfired on them, because we're all like, okay, you showed too much.
It was a long trailer. It was very long. It's over 4 minutes long, I believe.
And it was 4 minutes and 19 seconds.
There you go, 4 minutes and 18 seconds. So, do you think when Alfred said, he said you would be coming? Do you think that's Superman?
I think it's one of two things. It's either Superman, because if you look in the corner of the frame, you can see a little red, but that could be also a little brown, and maybe it's Hal Jordan wearing a coat. But I think it's Superman, because it feels like that'd be in the third act, the starting of the third act, he shows up. And I don't see them before then knowing about lanterns, except for when Steppenwolf says in the trailer there's no lanterns or no Kryptonians. So
right.
I just don't see it being Green Lantern, because there's been no premise, no build-up to that at all so far. So to just throw him in there in a trailer like this makes no sense.
Yeah, well, some people speculating that what you mentioned, the little red that we saw, possibly could be Supergirl.
I would say no, because they haven't talked about her at all in the DCEU. There's been no mention of her.
But it could be a surprise. Ooh.
What's that, sir?
It could be a surprise. Ooh.
I really hope not, because DC's not really good with their surprises. They haven't quite mastered that yet. So, I heard someone say maybe Martian Manhunter. But again, there's no build-up. And even Marvel doesn't do that. Marvel just doesn't pop in a character that they haven't even mentioned. So I think, I heard the rumor is he's going to show up because Steppenwolf is here before Darkseid. The rumor I was reading before is that Green Lantern will show up either right at the end to help them defeat Steppenwolf, or he'll show up after to say, "Hey guys, this was just the appetizer. The main course is on its way, and here's what's going on."
Indeed.
So I don't know what you think. What are your thoughts? Who do you think it is?
I don't know. I mean, by the cape, it looks like a cape, okay? And I do see a hint of blue, and I can see somewhat like a part of a leg, and I think it's a little too lean to look like Superman's leg. So I am going toward maybe Supergirl. I don't know, but that's who I think it might be because, as we all know, we're going to see Superman in the black costume.
Yeah, I got pretty stoked when I saw that image get leaked.
Yeah. So, and can we just say this for the record? Can we just have Superman in the black costume? I love black.
Yeah. No. To see him in the regenerative suit would be awesome. It would be, especially with like the beard, like the full, like the early '90s Gromit and Bogdanov, those kind of like the stylings they had would be amazing.
That would be good. That would be really good. So, just real quick, I have how many views each trailer got this weekend, and I'm basing this off of the sources. Give me a guess, okay, a guesstimate on who you thought got the more views, Justice League or Thor Ragnarok?
Well, between Thor and I would have to say Justice League. Against Thor, I'll give it to Justice League.
So you think Justice League got the most views?
I'm guessing maybe I'm wrong, but I would only say that because Thor isn't the Avengers. Thor, although it's comic book fans, if I were to put every DC fan likes the Justice League, not every Marvel fan likes Thor. So I would have to give that battle to Justice League.
Justice League. Well, I'm actually shocked, okay, because I thought Justice League was going to have the most views, but Thor Ragnarok got the most views on YouTube and through the sources, okay? So Justice League got 16.6 million views through Warner Brothers on the Warner Brothers channel. Thor Ragnarok got 17.3 million views.
Oh, okay. So they just beat them. Probably because Hulk was in there. That's
Probably because Hulk was in there, and Hulk looks like a beast. I'm going to have to say that, Thor Ragnarok looks good, but I'm going to have to go with Justice League. I think Justice League looks better in my eyes. I'm a little more excited to see Justice League. I'm really excited to see Ben Affleck as Batman again on the big screen. When it comes to Thor Ragnarok, it's a little more. It's got that Marvel tone to it, where it's funnier. It's got that comic relief. But Justice League looks a little bit darker and a little more serious, and I'm leaning more toward that.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. I like the Justice. I like how they're. If you remember back in like the late '80s, DC did that whole, kids comics aren't just for kids anymore. And they've kind of done that with their movies. But at the same time, they should not copy, but maybe take a few things from Marvel because, Stan Lee and Kevin Feige and all those guys over at Disney Marvel, they go to bed every night on top of piles of money. So they must have done something right. So I'm not saying, like, copycat their blueprint, but take things and make them your own and do something because as big as a fan as I was entertained with BVS as a movie fan. But as a comic book movie fan, it was one of the worst movies they've ever done.
Wow.
And Wonder Woman was amazing. Wonder Woman is the movie BVS should have been. It had action, it had heart, it had a couple of comedic good one-liners, it had characters we cared about. BVS was just, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Here's the bad guy, and they kill him, and now he's dead, and people who don't follow the comics and are just fans of the movies are like, okay, what just happened? So
I totally agree with you on what you're saying. Yeah, I really do feel like Batman versus Superman should have been a little bit like Wonder Woman. Now, with everything you just said, would it have been better if Wonder Woman came out before Batman versus Superman? Just a quick thought.
Maybe because the scenes where like the picture. They could have made a really quick, for Wonder Woman, if it would have came out first, you could have had like a thing of at the tail end of it, making it modern times, and someone has that picture of Wonder Woman, and they steal it away, and then you could tie that into BVS when he finds the Flash and she's looking for her picture. Because that's really the only thing that tied her into this, was that Bruce Wayne had the file with her picture on it, which is something you could really retcon the other way very easily. It might have been because just BVS, or maybe it would have worked better though, because maybe so many people were disappointed with BVS that when Wonder Woman started getting all these good reviews, people just flocked to it and heard. So, I think a lot of things hurt BVS from the get-go, but it's hard. They tried. They didn't just go halfway. They tried to do good, and hopefully they learn. And get Zack Snyder off the helm and.
Right. Well, you brought up Wonder Woman, okay, and I want to just go back to some news that happened at San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend, but we also found out and confirmed that we are getting a Captain Marvel movie. So I'm going to have to say this already. I don't think Captain Marvel is going to come anywhere near close to how good Wonder Woman is, and I think, we're comparing, female main character movies, and I think Wonder Woman will definitely be better than what Captain Marvel. I don't really care about a Captain Marvel movie coming out, to be quite honest. I don't know. I get you, just because, and I'm not, people don't jump on me, I'm not trying to be sexist, but when you look at the Marvel universe, there really isn't, except now maybe with Gwenpool or Spider-Gwen or whatever other characters they're going to put together because their books aren't making enough money on their own. Marvel doesn't have that superstar. They don't have a Wonder Woman or a Power Girl. They have a lot of littler characters that people like that they can put together. DC, from the 30s and the 40s, Wonder Woman has been one of their flagship characters. So it's unfair to compare them, but at the same time, the movie could do what Guardians of the Galaxy did for the comic. Because I'll tell you now, I know tons and tons of people who had no clue who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before the movie came out. And now they're all experts on them because they've got the movies and they got the comics. So maybe Captain Marvel will do the same thing, and I think they're smart tying in Nick Fury with it, because you get those other fans who like him in the Avengers movies, and like, okay, well, I'll go check it out, and I'll see what it's about, and then maybe I'll start reading the comics if I like him. So, I don't think they're going to compare, but if they can make their money back and make it interesting, then they'll keep making them and make them better as they go. So, I do. Wonder Woman is definitely the main superhero for DC when it comes to women, and I think that Spider-Gwen is the biggest woman character in Marvel. So
maybe X-23 going forward, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but Captain Marvel being released wasn't really too excited about that. I didn't have to feel like I had to throw a party about that. Other great news that came out, we all geeked out when we saw a leaked Avengers Infinity War trailer. Obviously, it's hard to find because Marvel's trying to take it down. Before we started doing the show, I was telling you, how great would it have been if I could air it, but I don't want the channel to get...
No, you don't want to get the wrath of Disney on you.
No, I don't. You
don't want to make Mickey angry.
So you said that you tried looking for it, and 3 channels had it, but the channels were actually put down because of it, right?
Yeah, I was getting links from friends saying, go to this guy's site, and I would go to it and shut down. Here's another one. Shut down by Disney copyright, Disney copyright, Disney copyright. And actually, since we're really quick, I heard a rumor. A buddy of mine was there. Now, it could be total, BS. He wasn't there at the trailer, but he was there at San Diego, and he said they made people write an NDA, and they were supposed to turn off their cell phones. And he says, this could be rumor, he says that they actually know who's sitting in that area, and they can get it down to about 6 spots because you had to sign a thing. So they know where people were sitting, supposedly.
Wow.
So supposedly they can get it down to an area of 6 to 8 people of based on the angle of the trailer being filmed, who was actually sitting there. But that's probably, a ghost story. But it sounds cool, I guess.
That's serious. That's really serious. I think this is one of the biggest pieces of news from San Diego Comic-Con was the Avengers Infinity War trailer. A lot of people are freaking out about it. I saw the trailer. I saw the leaked video. And the things that I saw, oh, man.
All these other characters, you got really kind of secondary bad guys like Yellow Jacket shooting laser beams and Baron Zemo reading from a book, but then Thanos shows up and is like, I'm gonna throw a moon at you. I don't know where you're gonna go, but here it is. And that and to compare them to DC, that's why we love it so much. Now Thanos is a cool character and Josh Brolin's an amazing actor. But we're so amped about this because we've been waiting 10 years, almost 10 years, because he wasn't in Iron Man, but with the Avengers, and he's been mentioned, they've been building towards this one movie, or these two movies, for almost a decade. And so, in that retrospect, DC needs to say, okay, we need to take a step back, build up our fan base, build up the universe, so when we want to do this big story, people are going crazy, but yeah, it was an amazing. I sat there and probably watched it because I could only find on Instagram at 50-second clips, so I probably watched them like 24 times.
I found a website that had it. I can't remember the website, but I found a website that was showing the trailer. I'm surprised that Marvel hasn't attacked them yet, or Disney hasn't attacked them yet. But this was a huge trailer. The things that you see in this trailer are absolutely amazing. We know that this movie is going to be absolutely epic. It's probably going to be the best of Marvel movie we have seen to date. If you thought Avengers was really good, I think this is going to be 10 times better than any Avengers movie we've seen or any Marvel movie we've seen. Best part of that whole trailer, I nerded out when I saw Spider-Man with the Iron Spider suit. That was my favorite part of the whole movie because, as you all know who watched the show, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I talked previously on my last episode with Ryan Walsh where we gave Spider-Man Homecoming a review that we said we're probably going to see the Iron Spider suit in that movie, and that trailer gave it all, that we are going to see him in that suit. But so many great things. We see Captain America with a beard. He's looking manlier. Looking
like Solid Snake right out of Metal Gear Solid.
Solid Snake, yeah, from Metal Gear Solid. We see so many, and I believe we're getting 35 characters in this movie.
Yeah, James. I don't know if it's Anthony and the Russo brothers. I forget which one said it. The shorter one. He said that there's one. I don't know if it's a single screenshot or like a clip or like a whole segment or whatever, but he says at one point there's going to be 38 characters on the screen at one time.
Oh my word!
So I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a single pan shot, just like faraway shot to see the whole battlefield. But that's going to be like amazing.
Every fan is going to pass out when they see that. Everyone's going to be in the theater, just going to be like, he's gonna fall.
Yeah. I'm done. I need a minute. Can you pause the movie?
And then every girlfriend or wife who gets dragged to go see that movie, they're gonna be like, "What? I don't get it. What? Why is this such a big deal?"
No, I think they'll give all the guys, wives, spouses, husband, wives, they'll give their significant other a free pass. Go, just go to the movie. I don't want to go with you. Just go with your geek friends. I don't deal with this, but I'm kind of interested to see what kind of cameo Stan Lee's going to have.
Ooh, is he going to be the Watcher?
Yeah, that's a theory I heard, but I don't know about that. But it'd have to be a funny one. It's got to be, So we'll see. No, I'm really excited. Thanos looked awesome.
Yeah, I didn't like seeing his big, bald purple head, though.
I did. I kind of liked it because he's like, I don't know, maybe I was actually watching the Infinity War cartoon earlier, and in the cartoon he's fully geared out, but I kind of liked it. He was just kind of like, looked like almost like a street thug. He's just like, yeah, I'm here to fight. I'm not here to look fancy.
A space street thug.
Exactly. With his mob enforcer. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely really, really excited about this, and I hope Marvel doesn't wait too long so we can actually see the trailer without, seeing some amateur recording it on their phone. I'm really excited about this, and this is a 2-part movie. So this is going to be great, and Justice League was a great thing. There's other news that came out during San Diego Comic-Con, but I think everybody right now is all about that Avengers: Infinity War because it's secrecy. People love that stuff.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. I think they shouldn't have. If they weren't going to show it, don't show anybody. Just keep it a secret. But I think if you ever watch, I don't know if you watch Kevin Smith's Fat Man and Batman show.
Yeah.
But he talks about how every time DC comes out with something, Marvel comes over the top. And, like how it does the next week. Like, they showed DC showed back when they showed like the BVS trailer, and then like the week after Marvel came out with the Civil War trailer. Yeah. And so, they had the Thor Ragnarok trailer. DC came back with the Justice League trailer, and Marvel's like, oh yeah, well here, mine's bigger. And then, so I'm kind of wondering, because I don't think Justice League doesn't come out till November, which is the same time as Thor Ragnarok. So the only way I see them releasing it maybe earlier is if DC has a movie trailer premiere or something, other big news they're going to come out with, and Kevin Feige's just sitting in the back going, I'll let them have their news for like a day, and then the day after, okay, here's our trailer everybody's been waiting for, and they'll just blow the internet up again. So it's this total, pissing contest between DC and Marvel, and Marvel just sits back and waits.
It's got to be competitive. Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a prediction though. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I love Marvel, but I do have a prediction that I think Justice League is going to do better than Thor Ragnarok.
If it's good.
If it's good, yeah.
You'll get return. Well, no, because you'll get return. Like, I only saw BVS once, and I'm a huge Batman fan. If I could pan the room, I could show you all my Batman stuff. I love Batman, but I only saw it once because I was like, no, that's like almost 3 hours in the theater, and I'm sorry, I liked it, but you didn't earn my money twice because it's like up here in Canada, I don't know what it is in the States, but it's like $20 to go see an IMAX movie just for the movie. So I was like, no. Now, Avengers I saw like 4 times when it came out. So if Justice League is good and it gets that return business and is everything we're hoping it's going to be, personally I think it'll mop the floor with Thor Ragnarok because as it doesn't look campy, but Thor's world and that kind of thing looks a little like Hela comes in with that weird spiky sword. I'm just like, okay, this is not Xena Warrior Princess. Like, you got to have cooler looking stuff. So it'll be good because the Thor movies have progressively gotten very good. Thor 1 was Thor 2 Dark World I thought was not great, but far better than the first one. So we'll see what happens with this one. And I think, if Justice League is as good as we hope it is, I think it'll be quite the weekend beatdown when that comes out.
And if anybody saw the leaked Avengers Infinity War trailer, obviously Thor Ragnarok is going, whatever happens in Thor Ragnarok is going to lead us into Infinity War.
Yeah, I think because the description, if you haven't seen it or heard about it, I'm not giving a spoilers alert here. You're just about to hear it. They find Thor floating in space.
Yeah, right.
So the only thing I can think of is that either they save Asgard and then something happens and he gets thrown into space, or something else bad happens and he still gets thrown out into space. So it'll be interesting to see. But I want to know how, because we didn't see the Hulk in the Infinity War trailer that I can remember.
No.
So I'm wondering what's going on there.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe Bruce Banner is going to go on a little hiatus yet again and just don't want to be part of it. Who knows? So lots of great things, lots of crazy things happening at San Diego Comic-Con. Another thing I want to get into real quick because we're down to our last 3 minutes. Out of TV show series, okay, Stranger Things, Walking Dead, and The Defenders, which trailer do you think got more views?
I'm going to say Stranger Things. Wait.
No, say it. You want to say it.
I'm going to say Stranger Things.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen season 1 yet. I got to binge watch it.
Oh, you got to watch that. That's a great show.
Walking Dead was just a few months ago. Stranger Things was like last year.
Yeah.
So I'm guaranteed those fans have just been sitting there scratching the walls waiting for a new one to come out.
Stranger Things got 5.9 million views, Walking Dead got 4.5 million views, and The Defenders, only surprisingly, got only 3.3 million views. Walking Dead trailer was just meh. It didn't really get me really too excited. We just see a lot of the same thing, people shooting zombies, killing zombies. We know there's a huge war, but the trailer was actually really not that good, and it just made me go, meh. And I really didn't really care for the other season. Last season I thought was completely boring. I don't know if you're a huge Walking Dead fan, but I thought last season was a joke. And by what I saw from this trailer, I also think it was a joke. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm a Walking Dead fan. I'm not huge. It seemed like more just a continuation of the season. I was excited to see the Defenders trailer because they showed a little bit of Punisher. Then I got sad when Netflix said, "Hey, we're coming with Iron Fist season 2." I don't know why. They really shouldn't. Nobody wants to see it, so I don't know why you'd want to make it. But yeah, Stranger Things looks really interesting, and it's one of those shows where you can't. If they're us comic book geeks, we can sit there and explain to our friends as best we can unless they see it. Stranger Things looks like that. No matter, I got a buddy who watches it, and no matter how he tells me how good it is, I've never seen it, so it looks pretty cool, though. So.
It's really good, and you got to watch it. Well, Chad, I'm sorry to say, but we're out of time at the show. A half hour just blew by, but I want you to tell people real quick who are watching the show, if they want to see your Instagram and stuff like that, how can they see stuff like that?
My Instagram is _Canadian_Geek, the Canadian Geek on Instagram. I just put comic book related stuff, trailers, pictures of my family, all that cool stuff. Pretty much the only way. So, yeah, go there and go check stuff out, I guess.
Very good. Well, Chad, I really want to thank you for coming on the show. You're a great guest, very knowledgeable, and I liked your opinions on things. So, thank you so much. And I hope to see you again here on Superpower Review. That's going to do it for today's show. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the show, and I will see you soon.